Hey there, Dr. Charlie here. How is today, good folks? Let us take our 3 deep breaths and then we can jump into Charlie chats for today. Breathe. Breathe like you've never breathed before. Try something different if you're with me often. I'm going to breathe in through my mouth and out through my nose. That is counterintuitive for me. Breathe in some way different than you normally breathe. And exhale. One more time, breathe into the bottom of your belly. Fill it up like a balloon. And exhale. Now, I asked Spirit, I said, what am I talking about today? And Spirit gave me an answer, and I didn't like that answer. So I asked again and got the same answer. And that is to say that some things do not always go as we plan them to go. That seems simple and counterintuitive, or intuitive rather. But think about that. Sometimes the divergent path is really closer to our purpose, is really in alignment. I believe that if you are there, then this is what is supposed to be in this moment. And that's sometimes a really tough pill to swallow. And I will say that personally, that lesson came out of a very, very difficult year that everything I tried to do didn't work. And it just felt like I would try to hold on, and the bottom would drop out from me again, and try to hold on, and eventually I stopped trying to hold on because clearly that wasn't working. And I was sitting on my living room floor. I didn't have any furniture, even though I had lived in the place almost a year or two. No, I think 2 years. I'd lived there 2 years. It was 2012. And still didn't have any furniture, still didn't have any living room furniture. And after trying to hold on and having to slip away, slip away, slip away so many times, I said, you know what? I'm not trying to hold on. I give up. And if this is happening, then this must be right. And and really coming to a place of deep acceptance about that statement, and accepting it shifted it just a little bit so that I wasn't quite so in despair, because the despair came from me trying to do when really I just needed to be. I needed to stop trying to do and just sit still. So sometimes the stillness is what we need. When we don't know what the next step is, wait. If you've asked the question of your divinity, of your deity, wait. And you've not got an answer yet, wait. You will get an answer. Deity's job is to respond. So just because when I asked today, I said, what are we talking about? Just because you don't like the answer doesn't mean it's not an answer. And also really understanding that sometimes it's these divergent paths that shift you in ways you couldn't foresee when you were just checking your boxes off. I recently finished Michelle Obama's Becoming, and she talked about how she was a box checker. I was a box checker for a long time, even though it may not have seemed like that. When I was in college and undergrad, I was in the business program, the business school, and the director of the honors program, she would say to me, Charlene, ma'am, I thought you were too artsy. I didn't think you were going to make it through my program. And I said, thank you, ma'am. I think it was a compliment at that time. She told me that my senior year, after I had been in her program for 4 years and was on my way out. And in the business school was very, very buttoned up. And no one believed me. No one believed that I was in the business school. We kind of called it a cult at undergrad. And no one really believed that I was in the business school. They thought I was in the arts and sciences. They thought I was in an African American studies major, which was my minor, which was trying to be my major, but that was a whole thing. And the same thing was true when I came into graduate school, where I had there were 4 things that I wanted to get done. I would do this specialization during my master's program, and then I would do this specialization during my doctoral program. And the specialization I wanted to do for my doctoral program wasn't available yet, kind of in the format that I needed it to be available when I started grad school for my master's. And then as it turns out, it was available when I got to my doctorate, and I was no longer interested in taking it. I said, I didn't check the box, which is a big deal when you're a box checker to not check a box. And both were okay decisions. That was a good decision for me at the time. It's not something I have regrets about. It's not something I look back and wish I had. Oh, I don't have what ifs about that. That was a good decision for me at the time. So, really understanding that what's happening right now is predestined in such a way, not that you don't have choice in the matter, but that it is helpful for your evolution and your learning process, what you decided to come here to learn. I would say this time around, but you take your own belief system up with that, um, whether or not you think we come around more than once. Whatever you think is fine for you. Understanding though that these pieces, these can't quite see that. I couldn't quite foresee the way this happened. They tend to be integral into our growth and our full embodiment, the full expression of embodiment of our big version, the big version of ourselves. So I encourage you to give that some thought as you go about your day. If you want more of this, I have a class, an online class called Practical Tools for Everyday Wellness. And it takes you through 10, there might be more than 10, at least 10 tools to just integrate some practicality into your everyday. You can find that on my website, drcharliebrown.com/practical-tools. And you can also find me on Facebook and IG at Dr. Charli Brown. Until we meet again, great folks, I want you to take great care.